Well, g'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. All right, we are up to the last step with this chef's knife. Now, what the last step is sharpening everything up. You want to make sure it's the last thing you do because it can bite you once you get it sharp. So, want to make sure everything's finished off, looking pretty, before we sharpen it. We don't want to have to go back and buff anything or anything like that. Buffing a sharpened knife is very bad news. Okay, so first part of sharpening, because it's a brand new knife, it has no edge at all. So we've got a thickness of steel there. So we've got to put on our secondary bevel. The primary bevel is the bevel that we've ground in. The secondary bevel is the actual sharp part. So for this, I use a Waterstone grinder. This is a super cheap one. Just got it from the hardware store. I think it cost me about 40-50 bucks, something like that. Yeah, really cheap. But because it grinds with water in there, it keeps the blade cool and doesn't heat it up. And I can set the bevel on it without worrying about ruining the temper. Comes with this U-Butte little gauge. Now, if I can find one on Amazon, I'll throw up affiliate link for it. But in all reality, you're probably going to buy a budget one at the hardware store cheaper. Okay, so 20 degrees is what I set my chef's knife at. So we set up the 20 degrees. Make sure our knife is sitting there, which it is. If it's not, you just adjust this arm up and down and it gets you to the right angle. Okay, then we turn it on. Nice quiet grinder. Okay, and from there we're just following along. Now I'm always going to try and keep to the same point on that wheel. And that will keep my angle the same. And you can see our bevel starting to come in on that edge. You just want to grind away half the thickness of the material, maybe a wee bit more. So just keep an eye on that and just grind it down. Okay, once we're ground down about halfway through the thickness, we're just going to flip it over and go the other direction on the other side. Exactly the same thing. We'll just keep grinding down on that until we get a burr starting to form on the edge. Best way to find that burr, if you've got old eyes like mine, is just feel up the opposite direction and you feel a slight edge there. And then it disappears when we come to the center. Typically, unless you are very even-handed at grinding, you'll get the burr first on the point and the heel. And it takes a little bit more time to get out of the center because you tend not to press as hard in the center as you press on either end. So you just keep going, finding that burr, and also flipping it over as you go along. Make sure that your secondary bevel is even on this side and on this side. So by the looks of things, this side needs a little bit more work. It's not quite as thick on this side as we are on that side. So we'll go back and work on that other side. Okay, once you can feel that burr all the way along the blade, You can see I'm feeling the opposite direction of what I'm cutting, and I can feel that slight edge there. So you can feel that burr all the way along the blade. You want to make sure that you're even on this side and that side. So we're nice and sharp. Our secondary bevel is nice and even, and that way we've set the secondary bevel. So that's the first stage of the process of sharpening. Now we're going to go over and hand sharpen it to refine these scratches on it. But once we've got our secondary bevel set, that makes it very easy from there. I come over, and for me, I use the Lansky system. I am thinking of updating later on, just because I do so many knives. Little kit with the base, the clamp, and a bunch of diamond stones is what I use. But yeah, like I said, I am thinking of upgrading. The problem is the next lot of kits move up to about $400 plus. And that's like the Easy Sharp system made here in Australia, and the TS Pro system made in Russia. All right, so we put our blade in there. As you can see, it's a little bit more open at the back than the front, so it's pressing down where I've got the primary bevels on the front. Just get that nice and tight. Okay, put that out a little. All right, now generally I'll start with the coarse stone. I find I don't need to go to the extra coarse stone. I do use diamond stones because I've used the water. Because I've used the water grinder, I don't need to go with the extra coarse, and just starting on the coarse is more than enough. We're in that little notch for 20 degrees up there, which is the second one up. Bottom one's 17, which I find is too fine an edge on a chef knife. So just starting there, we're cutting on the push. Normally I find going through twice will do the job. This is very much a glasses job for me. As you can see, all the scratches are now going in that direction, so towards the tip. Flip it over, using our coarse again, and again working from the heel to the tip. Okay, so 2 times with the coarse, then I'm going to swap to the medium, and again I'm going to do two sets of strokes. This time I'm going to work from the tip to the heel. Okay, over we go, and again tip to heel. Okay, medium done. We go on to the fine stone, and reversing again, we go from the heel to the tip. So once I've done the fine, I'm going to use the sapphire stone, which is a super fine, just a really fine finish on it. I do put a bit of water to lubricate on the sapphire stone, just because I don't want the pores getting too clogged up, because it is so fine. And that one goes in the same direction as the fine. Once that's done, we'll flip it over and do the other side like that. The idea is we're polishing the edge, getting that little burr there. You can just see, I'm trying to refine that down and make it as thin as possible, and so that will come off easily during the stropping process. Once we're polished up on both sides, just undo that little red screw. Blade will come straight out. Take off our protective piece of tape. Okay, now we can go inside and strop it up. I'm trying to remove that burr that we worked up on the edge. And to do that, we use our strop and a piece of rouge. Just load up the strop with the rouge. A knife in the sheath as it gets moved about because they are sharp at this stage. I've been doing a few knives today, gave myself a little nick. That happens when you're sharpening a lot of knives. All right, now we'll just draw against the strop. And a tiny little bit of abrasive that's in the rouge will remove that burr for us. Just, you see just there, maybe a little bit of the burr sitting on the steel. I just want to make sure that burr's all gone. So it should just feel smooth. That feels pretty good. So we'll test it. Okay, the test there isn't that it cuts the paper. Properly sharpened knife should cut paper, absolutely no worries. But it's the fact it does that long cut without catching anywhere. That means we know that we've got nothing in there, no little nicks or anything like that. So we want to get that nice long continuous cut. Just make sure we get anything off. Now at this stage, because it's pretty much at the finish, I'll give it a quick clean down. Just with a good old isopropyl alcohol. And that will evaporate off. As you can see, I'm cleaning from the back, not the front. Again, much the same, it's that drawing sort of motion. And we'll just let that air off. And from here, they just get sent out. It's a complete knife. All right, thank you very much everyone for watching and for watching the series on this one. And bye for now.